Of Sheriff Daniels being charged with felony spread like wildfire to his political opponents, who were quick to say, "I told you so." When you hear the details in this whole situation, Jada, Will, and August Alsina has nothing on this level of entanglement.
We're both adults and we both have to own up to it.
What is with these prominent older men giving up their positions of power over some young putang? Welcome to Brainflow TV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. As you know, I don't normally show my face on this channel, but I think I'm going to start showing my face more because it brings more to the topic, to the discussion, so on and so forth. Anyhow, I live in the state of Florida, and a Florida sheriff allegedly had his mistress arrested, and now he's behind bars for tampering with evidence. I'm in my garage because it's really hot in here, and if you're new to the channel or my other channel, which is SoFlo TV, then I must tell you that I have two small children in my house, and right now it's supposed to be sleepy time, and I don't want to interrupt or disrupt the family, but at the same time I want to get this video out. So here are the details. So it says that the sheriff of Clay County, Florida, Daryl Daniels, confessed to his wife that he was having an affair with an employee of his for 6 years. 6 years. That's a whole marriage. Then he had his mistress arrested. Now, in May of 2019, Daniels came clean to his wife, Denise, about his affairs with one of his correctional officers, which is Sierra Smith. Daniels and Smith met in 2013 when he was the chief of Jacksonville's jails, and she was undergoing her first week of job orientation as a new corrections officer. That's not supposed to happen in the first place. So the pair exchanged contact numbers when they first met, and then they started meeting weekly for sex. This lasted over 6 years long. 6 years. The two took a vacation together in Costa Rica, and when Smith married another man, just 2 years into the affair, Daniels gave the bridal toast at her wedding. This is crazy. I don't know if you understand the levels of that just now. So here's a married man that's a sheriff, right? And he meets a young, well, he wasn't a sheriff at the time. At the time, he was responsible for all the jails. He was the HNIC in charge. And here comes this fresh, new corrections officer, female, and he exchanges number with her. They start a relationship. They're meeting up for sex. Now, mind you, he's married, so he's cheating on his wife. His side chick, which is Sierra Smith, now decides 2 years into their 6-year relationship, into her 6-year relationship with this cheating man who did become a sheriff, 2 years in, she decided that she wanted a husband of her own. And even while she was carrying on this affair with this married man, she went ahead and got married to someone else. Do you see the craziness in this? Here's a cheating, lying woman that actually picked up a man and got married to him, or convinced some man to marry her in the process while she was cheating all along. So she has never been faithful throughout her marriage, because 2 years into a 6 years affair, she decided to get married. She was already cheating 2 years before that marriage ever started, and she never let go of the sheriff as they were cheating all the way through her whole marriage. The crazy part, though, is that the sheriff showed up to her wedding and gave the bridal toast. Ah! This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So here's the man, right, that's piping your wife down as you're thinking, oh, this is my brand new bride. I am so in love. I've found the woman of my dreams. I am going to marry her, build a family with her, live happily ever after. As you know how it is in the beginning of all relationships and marriages. And all along, she was having an affair. She was having an affair before she met you. She was having an affair while she was dating, courting you. She was having an affair after or while you proposed. She was having an affair even while you were marrying her. With a man that is married himself. And the nerve to have the side man now show up. Well, he ain't no side man because he was there before. To have him show up and have the nerve to actually do the bridal toast at her wedding. Look that man dead in the eyes and know that he is sleeping with this man's brand new bride. And this man is so naive, he thinks he's getting a good woman. Sad. Sad. It gets deeper. So when Daniel saw Smith's car approaching their regular meeting spot, he allegedly radioed an emergency dispatch calling for backup. He told them that he was being followed by a stalker in a Jeep and he was in imminent danger. Now, at this point, he's a sheriff. So a sheriff is calling for backup, saying he's in imminent danger. You can imagine the whole police department is probably on its way to the sheriff's rescue. Smith, who was the side chick, was arrested and she was held in police custody for 6 hours before deputies decided they didn't actually have probable cause to book her on stalking charges. So she was released. Now, following a year-long investigation, Florida authorities arrested Daniels, which is the sheriff, charging him with 1 felony count of tampering with evidence, as well as 3 misdemeanor counts of giving false information to other law enforcement officials. And according to the Florida Times-Union, he was later released also without bond. Now, this comes right in the middle of an election where he, Daniels, is in the running to get another term as sheriff. So he went from a correctional officer to being elected sheriff. And then he went from, or into law enforcement, then he went from, however that went, right? Daniels has acknowledged and publicly apologized to his wife, who is Denise, for the affair. But as far as his attempt to have Smith arrested, he claims that he's innocent, of course. Now, with the scandal surfacing publicly just days before he is up for re-election, Daniels has refused to resign or drop out of the race. He calls the whole thing suspicious timing, but he assures that the incident will not affect his job performance. I want you to look past the smoke screen of dirty politics, is what he said on video recently. One thing I take ownership of as a man is my failure as a husband. That has nothing to do with me as a sheriff. With the 5 new hopeful candidates taking on Daniel in Tuesday's election, the sheriff's lawyer, whose name is Matt, alleges authorities issued the warrant this week in an effort to influence the outcome of the election. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because if you weren't entangled, your name would not have been called in this entanglement. And because it shows such distrust, it shows such negligence, it shows such disregard for common decency. I don't think he should be re-elected as sheriff. And I think definitely he should have been fired at the least. The nerve of you to not only have a 6-year affair on your wife, but your side chick gets married and you show up at that wedding and you are brave enough to give the bridal toast at the wedding. And then you say, well, this does not affect my character or the person I am when I am a sheriff. You see, I have a problem with that because a sheriff is a position, right? And you wear a uniform. So are we supposed to believe you, Mr. Daniels, that when you put the sheriff uniform on, you become this totally different person and that your morals and values are suddenly improved? No, you're the same scumbag with the uniform on as when you are out of the uniform. Now there's more to this story that I just can't let pass. Now check it out. During the time of the initial probe, they had him under a 1-year investigation, right? And during the time of the initial probe in July of 2019, an anonymous letter was sent to state officials, including Florida's Governor DeSantis, from an alleged Clay County Sheriff's Office employees. So his employees were screaming out for help, but wanting to remain anonymous. He is losing touch with reality, and he appears violent, is what the letter said. The employee wrote about Daniels. We are concerned about not only our reputation of the sheriff's office, but also our safety. Please help us. And they put in caps, please help us! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Shouting, please help us. The anonymous employee urged DeSantis, which is Florida's governor, to fire Daniels and claimed that the sheriff threatened to murder staff members who spoke openly to state investigators or leaked any information about him on social media. Daniels' office refused to comment on the anonymous allegations publicly. Smith has now resigned from her job, that's the side chick, and Daniels' wife has officially filed for divorce, as damn right well as she should. And I think whoever that man is that got married to Smith, I would be out of that house and that relationship so fast, she would not even remember me being there. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's Brainflow TV. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure you go check out my other channel, which is SoFlow TV. I'm out. Peace.